Hello, we are live in Abuja and this is Nationwide. I am Ogochkuka Ona. Welcome. The federal government has filed a 5-count charge against the presidential candidate of the African Action Congress, AAC, Omoyele Sowore, and others. In the charge filed before the Federal High Court, Abuja Division, the prosecution team listed ex-Core and Meta Incorporation, legal owner of Facebook, as defendants. The charge is predicated on a 1-week ultimatum, which the DSS handed down to the defendants to delete what it described as a false, malicious and inciting social media post against President Bola Tinubu. The ultimatum expired on Monday without the defendants deleting the posts on President Tinubu. The alleged offending post made on August 25, 2025 is claimed to be contrary to Section 24, subsection 2B of the Cybercrimes Prohibition and Prevention Act 2024. The prosecution is equally alleging that the post was false. However, no date has been fixed for the arraignment of the defendants before the court. The Minister of State Defense, Mohammed Badaru Abubakar, has commended the Namibian Command and Staff College for its commitment towards strengthening defense and education cooperation across Africa. He made the commendation when he received a 26-member delegation from the Namibian Command and Staff College course 05-2025, led by Brigadier Bernhard Erastus, commandant of the college, during a study tour to Nigeria. The minister expressed Nigeria's readiness to share experiences, deepen mutual understanding, and build stronger partnerships with Namibia and other African countries in pursuit of continental peace and security. All right, President Bola Tinubu has concluded his work vacation ahead of schedule and will return to Abuja today, Tuesday, September 16, 2025, to resume official duties. The president departed for France on September 4, 2025, to spend part of his annual holiday and was initially scheduled to divide the period between France and the United Kingdom. Last week in Paris, President Tinubu held a private luncheon with his French counterpart, President Emmanuel Macron. Both leaders reviewed key areas of cooperation between Nigeria and France and agreed to deepen the partnership of mutual prosperity and global stability. The people of the Southeast Zone have been urged to support the Renewed Hope initiative of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and his second-term bid to ensure they continue to receive the dividends of democracy. The Minister of Works, Senator Dave Umahi, stated this while inspecting the ongoing construction and dualization of 9th Mile Enugu-Otukpo-Makudi Road project. Blessing Anyanwu has the details.
The road project inspected by the Works Minister includes Section 4 and 5 of the 9th Mile Enugu-Otukpo-Makodi Road and the Abakwa Junction axis of the Enugu-Onitsha Express Road. The 528 kilometers of 9th Mile Enugu Road project, awarded at $1 billion, involves the upgrading of the existing two-way, two-lane road to a four-way, four-lane dual carriageway. Speaking at the end point of the Enugu section, Senator Umai expressed satisfaction with the speedy progress of work, while also commending the contractor for the high quality of the job being executed.
I am searching for supervisors, the consultants. Now we have 5 sections. I saw only 1. So the other 4 are out of this project.
The Director of Construction and Rehabilitation, Federal Ministry of Works, and other stakeholders tasked the contractor to deploy more equipment to the Enugu section to speed up the level of progress on the construction work. The 72 kilometers Abakwa Junction axis of the Enugu-Onitsha Express Road, awarded at 150 billion naira for the completion, will be done in 8-inch concrete with a flyover already under construction. In Enugu, Blessing Anyanwu, NTA News.
And in line with this, traffic congestion will soon be a thing of the past for motorists and commuters who ply the popular Wurukum axis of Makudi, Benue State. The reason is not far-fetched, as the federal government has flagged off the construction of the Wurukum flyover bridge, which is the first step on the Makudi 9th Mile Dualization Road project. Blessing Omeche-Bute completes the report.
The flag-off ceremony of the flyover bridge on the Makudi 9th Mile Dualization project is the promise fulfilled by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to the Benue people. Minister of Works Dave Umahi described the project as a key component of the ongoing dualization project.
This project alone is going to be a catalyst for the economic, revolution in both Benue State, Enugu State, and the entire regions.
Flagging off the project on behalf of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Governor Hyacinth earlier commended the federal government for the project as it will boost agricultural productivity, facilitate trade, and expand economic opportunities for Benue people.
And as the food basket of the nation, we have a lot to give to the nation, and those who are interested in produce. But then the road became quite impassable. This is going to break that off.
The Wurukum flyover will significantly ease traffic congestion in Makudi, while the broader Makudi 9th Mile Dualization project is expected to boost regional connectivity and stimulate commerce. Governor Alia thereafter led the Minister of Works on an inspection tour of ongoing state projects in Makudi, including the renovation of sections of the Makudi-Boko Road and the high-level underpass nearing completion. In Makudi, Blessing Omeche-Bute, NTA News.
And away from road infrastructure now to agriculture, more than 15,000 farmers in Nasarawa State are to benefit from the Presidential Food System Coordinating Unit Program. Executive Secretary of the Board and a technical assistant to the President on Agriculture, Office of the Vice President, Marion Moon, stated this during the launch of the Harvest Hope Caravan and presentation of National Agricultural Policy Mechanisms in Lafia. Aliu Tijani reports.
The Presidential Food System Coordinating Unit has the core mandate of engaging stakeholders on priority interventions across the 6 geopolitical zones of the country to collaborate and discuss on how to address the nation's food security challenges in line with the mission of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration to unlock Nigerians' economic potential. Executive Secretary and the technical assistant to the President on Agriculture, Marion Moon, says the Presidential Food System Coordinating Unit has been working to develop a policy framework that will enhance food security. While commending Nasarawa State government for accurate data collection, Ms. Moon reveals that Nasarawa is selected among the 13 pilot states for the program.
The caravan is here to come into the communities in Nasarawa State to share some of the interventions we want to bring, but we want to bring them in a manner that makes sense to the people of Nasarawa State so that we can actually achieve the impact and the results that are needed.
We are doing everything possible, both at the commercial side as well as the small-scale farmers side, and everybody is doing the best they can, to ensure that we maintain our position as a state of agriculture. And so we thank you for identifying that with us.
The event climaxed with presentation of the Harvest Caravan Hope flag to Governor Abdullahi Sule. In Lafia, Aliu Tijani, NTA News.
Alagomeji is in the news. A building collapsed there in Lagos. Let's now get details of this and another story with Hingino John Adams.
Lagos. Ozone layer depletion needs to be tackled using public education and bottom-up programs that state the negative effect of ozone depletion on the socio-economic lives of Nigerians. This will boost monitoring and research on any adaptable alternative that could emerge in fight against ozone layer depletion. These were the views of environmentalists and stakeholders while speaking on preservation of the ozone layer.
In the second stage of HPMP, which specifically targets the phase-out of HCFC widely used refrigerants, air conditioners, and aerosol. The nation is on a journey to achieve a significant reduction in HCFC consumption with the broader aim of complete phase-out of these ozone-depleting substances by 2040.
We're talking about ozone layer, depletion of ozone layer. Most of us think it's a fairy tale. No, it's not there. For many years, for decades, but it's becoming a reality now.
The Federal Ministry of Environment, in collaboration with stakeholding United Nations agencies, has a strong focus on the refrigeration and air conditioning RAC sector, providing training and capacity building for technicians to ensure a smooth transition to environmentally friendly alternatives.
Importing second-hand equipment, especially, equipment they call Tokumbo, second-hand fridges, second-hand freezers, and some of those may not be compliant to the Montreal protocol in terms of the HCFC free items.
The Nigerian government must be serious in banning the importation in any form of these gases in, the refrigerators, air conditioners, coming from especially the Western world where these products have been phased out.
Increased public awareness and education is also crucial in the fight against ozone layer depletion, as there are many Nigerians who are unaware of the effect on their health and the environment. In Lagos, Lanre Belayi, NTA News.
It is the 5th day of search and rescue operations at Alagomeji area, Yaba, Lagos, where a 3-story building collapsed. Adejoke Odeka was at the scene for a situation report.
Intense search and rescue operations is still ongoing at the location of the devastating building collapse which occurred recently at Bornuwe, Ebute Metta, Lagos. Although the Lagos state government states that testing of the building materials used will be carried out, officials of LASEMA are currently clearing the debris to ensure no one is stuck on the ground.
Actually, last Friday.
My brother is a bricklayer. I believe he is still under the rubble. We are waiting for the rescue team to bring him out. That is why we are here waiting today.
The rubble tells the story of the extent of the devastation. The 3-story building collapsed around 10 minutes past 8 Friday evening, and immediately the Lagos State Emergency Management Agency swung into action, conducting search and rescue operations. So far, 6 persons have been rescued alive, while 4 fatalities recorded.
We are methodological in what we are doing. We are painstaking in moving from one level to another, and we assure you that very soon we will get to ground zero. We appeal to the good people of Lagos State to always do the needful. If they do the needful, we won't have this kind of problem.
Head of the Lagos State Emergency Agency said preliminary investigation is ongoing to ascertain the cause of the collapse, and testing of the building materials used for the building will also be carried out. In Lagos, Adejoke Odeka, NTA News.
Those are the reports from Lagos. Nationwide continues in Maiduguri after the break.
Administrator, after the inauguration, vowed to end the prolonged suffering of retirees caused by delayed payments and inefficiency, stressing that the board must deliver with transparency, accountability, and speed.
I've been entrusted with the sacred responsibility to
We hope you're still onto Nationwide. On the Nigerian Television Authority, the news belt now continues in Maiduguri Borno State Governor Babagana Umar Zulum has inaugurated the newly built College of Nursing along with other landmark projects in Goza local government area in the southern part of the state. With this, the number of specialized colleges has increased to 3, 1 in each of the state's senatorial zones. Here is Mohammed Guni with the rest of the story.
The College of Nursing and Midwifery in Goza is equipped with modern laboratories, a well-stocked library, simulation rooms, and furnished classrooms aimed at addressing the shortage of human resources in healthcare. Governor Zulum observed that Borno State's healthcare system has long suffered from a severe shortage of skilled professionals, hindering its progress, explaining that the state has depended on bringing in experts from other regions, a temporary measure that is described as unsustainable and undignified.
Not just with the Labour Party, but with the real commitment. The commitment to support it, to nurture it, and to build it towards the sounds of planning and the spirit of thanks.
Since the creation of Borno State, on the 3rd of February 1976, we have only had one college of nursing, but since last week it has become 2, and today, inshallah, will be 3.
Provost of the College of Nursing and Midwifery Goza, Bukar Aji, said that the dwindling human resources for health, with its attendant infant and maternal morbidity and mortality that bedevil the country, calls for proactive intervention, such as the one taken by the authorities in the state. Senator representing Borno South, Muhammad Alindini, on behalf of the communities in the zone, appreciated Governor Zulum for the numerous developmental projects across the senatorial district and assured readiness of the stakeholders to maintain the facilities. Similarly, Governor Zulum inaugurated 200 newly constructed market shops and stalls to revitalize local commerce, 18 units of 2-bedroom teachers' quarters, and another 16 units of staff quarters for other workers, and performed groundbreaking ceremony for construction of Goza Juma Mosque, among other projects inaugurated. Professor Zulum also paid courtesy visit on the Emir of Goza, where he announced recruitment of 50 nurses for General Hospital Goza. In Maiduguri, Mohammed Goni, NTA News.
Away from that now to tell you that following the recent attack on Darul Jamal community in Bama local government area by insurgents, Northeast Development Commission has provided relief items to victims. Umar Jumbarima completes the story.
The relief materials, comprising assorted food and non-food items, were given to 1,000 households, including the military, police, civilian joint task force, and hunters. The team was received by the chairman of the local government, Madu Ali Guja, at the local government secretariat. During the distribution, the zonal coordinator, Aishatu Muhammad Hassan, and the state coordinator, Muhammad Umar said the gesture is part of NEDC's mandate to restore hope to the affected communities.
This number of items were decided to be what they need most right now. And so the commission now deemed it fit to give us the items to come and distribute personally.
Some of the people that are benefiting from this thing today are widows from those that were killed, and then already existing widows that their husbands were killed.
The chairman, Madu Ali Guja, appreciated NEDC for the support and urged for more assistance to Dar Jamal community.
I'm requesting, if it's possible, let NEDC drill us a bigger borehole.
The beneficiaries expressed gratitude to NEDC and Governor Babagana Umar Zulum for their quick response. This gesture will go a long way in mitigating the effect of the attack and serve as an immediate relief for the grieving community. In Maiduguri, Umar Jimbarima, NTA News.
It's now time to return to Ogochukuka in Abuja for more reports for us this evening.
Thank you, Abubakar. Now, in a move to revolutionize education, Enugu State is set to open its Smart Green Schools initiative on September 22. This groundbreaking project blends cutting-edge technology with eco-friendly practices, promising a new era of learning for students and also equipping teachers with digital skills. Comfort IM reports that the project is a flagship vision of the current administration of Dr. Peter Amba.
In Enugu State, there is an extra layer of excitement. The focus is on innovation, setting a new standard as the state launches its groundbreaking Smart Green School initiative on September 22. This innovative project blends technology and sustainability, offering students a unique learning experience.
As we speak, the mayors are on the field with their team, their lieutenants, making sure that each of the smart schools are ready for students to get in by the 22nd.
Its smartness will translate beyond the size, the beauty of the edifice. It cascades into the equipment, learning equipment aids.
The calm before the storm shows that all is set with anticipation for the return of life. However, not all schools welcomed the presence of the new crew. The Enugu Smart Green School set a new standard for educational institutions in Nigeria, describing it as a testament to the power of innovation and commitment to a sustainable future. The launch represents more than just the opening of a school, but it's beginning of a new era in education. A flagship vision of Governor Mbale administration inaugurated by the Nigeria's First Lady herself, Oluremi Tinubu. In Enugu, Comfort Ayim, NTA News.
And to tell us more about the Smart Green Schools, let's join Comfort Ayim at the Queen's School there in Enugu.
Good afternoon from Enugu, where the Smart Green School initiative is on the cusp of its historic launch. The clock is ticking and the project set to officially kick off on September 22, aligning with the school's resumption date. Queen's School here is one of the Smart Green Schools designed with sustainability in mind to be a model for the future. The Smart Green School is equipped with ultra-modern scientific gadgets which provide the student with access to the latest tools and resources. They incorporate eco-friendly practices, creating a learning environment that is both innovative and environmentally conscious. Imagine smart classrooms powered by renewable energy with a curriculum focused on digital literacy and environment conservation. The aim is to equip students not only with knowledge, but also with the skills to lead and innovate in the 21st century. A key feature of the Smart Green School is the robotic and mechatronic studio. Here, children will be encouraged to imagine, innovative, and bring their ideas to life. Parents and students anticipate a cutting-edge learning environment. Already, the state government has successfully trained the teachers through the ongoing digital literacy training, which started in 2024 to bridge the digital divide, ensuring that educators and public servants are well versed in the latest technological tools and applications to thrive in the digital world. The question is, will all the Smart Green Schools in the 260 wards in Enugu State resume on September 22? Until then, it's back to the studio.
Thank you very much, Comfort. I will agree with you that technology is the way to go. And now, still talking education, the federal government is making good on its promise to deliver specialized institutions to tackle urgent and interconnected issues confronting the nation and the world, such as food security, public health, climate change, renewable energy, and technological innovation. Minister of Education Dr. Tunji Alausa said this while inaugurating governing councils and principal officers of 4 new specialized institutions of learning that will serve as engines of local economic growth, centers of community development, and platforms for building human capacity to advance national productivity and global competitiveness.
creation of Specialized University of Agriculture and Technology in Onokeho, Oyo State, and the University of Health Sciences and Technology in Ife, Zamfara State, by the federal government has not only widened the geographical spread of our tertiary institutions, but also strategically placed them to serve as catalysts for regional good.
Federal University of Agriculture and Technology, Okeho, Oyo State, Federal University of Health Sciences and Technology, Safi, Zamfara State, Yusuf Maitama Sule, Federal University of Education, Kano, and the Federal University of Education, Zaria, Kaduna State. And that's why the Universal Basic Education Commission, UBEC, has begun a two-day training workshop for heads of public relations and information units from the 36 states and the FCT. The program is aimed at strengthening communication strategies to enhance public engagement in the basic education sector. Deputy Executive Secretary Technical, UBEC, Razak Olajuwon Akiyemi, says the training reflects the Commission's commitment to promoting transparency and accountability in Universal Basic Education Program. He emphasizes that effective public relations are essential for mobilizing community support, countering misinformation, and showcasing government intentions in basic education.
Are very important, all to strengthen the capacity and the knowledge of our officers at respective state level.
The Universal Basic Education Commission spends a lot through the disbursement of funds in actualizing the UBE program. And it behooves that the public relations officer role as key component to communicating these activities to the public.
Stated by communication experts, the sessions focus on media relations, digital communication, and advocacy. Participants are also expected to share best practices from their states to foster stronger collaboration and improve public perception of the sector. And now security. The Nigerian Army is upscaling regular training for senior officers to enhance operational and administrative efficiency for national security. The Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Olufemi Oluyede, stated this in a message at the graduation of Leadership and Strategic Studies Course 3 2024 at the Nigerian Army Resource Center in Abuja.
You have been grounded in diverse modules. The purpose is to equip you so that when you return back to your units, your performance will be greatly enhanced.
That the knowledge you have acquired will not only serve as a valuable asset to you as individuals, but will also be harnessed to strengthen our institution and advance the collective effectiveness of the Nigerian Army.
The 11-month training is expected to further enhance the leadership performance of the senior officers. We now return to Lagos, where Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu says Lagos is entering a decisive stage in its malaria elimination drive, with prevalence now at very low levels. At the midterm review of the state's pathway to pre-elimination, the governor outlined plans to strengthen digital surveillance, expand rapid testing, and cut cases even further with the backing of partners, including the Federal Ministry of Health, WHO, and the World Bank. Joy Ken Abakboya reports.
Lagos is taking stock of its ambitious malaria pre-elimination program as government officials, health experts, and global partners gathered for a midterm review of the initiative launched in March 2025. Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu said Lagos has reached a decisive stage in the malaria fight, pointing to the digital reporting system now linking hospitals, pharmacies, and medicine vendors to improve diagnosis and surveillance.
Since it was launched, we have been committed to using evidence, using technology, and ensuring that collaborative efforts work. The Impact Project, which is backed by both the national and international funders, including support from the World Bank, the Islamic Development Bank, we believe has played a very vital role in financing and providing the needed technical assistance for our efforts in Lagos and beyond.
By integrating them into a structured network, we can reach a wider population and provide timely and appropriate care for all those in need. The use of technology in the intervention has also allowed for more efficient data collection, analysis, and reporting. This has enabled us to track progress better, identify gaps, and make data-driven decisions to further bridge the gap in malaria service delivery.
Lagos State Commissioner for Health, Professor Akin Abayomi, confirmed that the state is firmly in the pre-elimination phase, with prevalence around 1%. He cautioned that most fevers are no longer malaria-related, warning against treatment without proper testing. Development partners, including WHO and the World Bank, pledged continued support, calling for stronger surveillance, enforcement, and data-driven interventions to sustain progress. In Lagos, Joy Ken Abakbuya, NTA News.
Let me hand the baton now to Mary in our Jos Network Center, and she has the next set of reports.
Ugochukwuka, and welcome to Jos. Plateau government is calling on regulatory agencies to check the movements of criminals and their arms as a way of curbing insecurity across the country. Governor Caleb Mutfwang was speaking while playing host to the North Central Zonal Director of the National Center for the Control of Small Arms and Light Weapons in Jos. The report. The National Center for the Control of Small Arms and Light Weapons was established in 2021 to check the proliferation of arms and ammunition in unauthorized hands, a situation deemed to be responsible for insecurity across the country. Receiving the team, Governor Caleb Mutfwang says Plateau State had suffered various forms of crisis for over 2 decades, expressing worries that the possession of arms by non-state actors has worsened insecurity.
I know that the mandate of this organization is not a small one, but I'd like to also encourage you that you shouldn't be overwhelmed by the challenges that will confront you.
North Central Zonal Director of the National Center for the Control of Small Arms and Light Weapons stressed that as a strategic state in the geopolitical zone, the center prioritized visiting Plateau to appreciate government's cooperations to arms-bearing security agencies, resulting to various seizures of illegal arms. Governor Caleb Mutfwang is urging judicial officers to be guided by the ethics of their calling and use judicial discretion with the fear of God. This was while addressing judicial officers during the celebration of the 2025-2026 legal year in Jos. Ijoma Ozemena has more.
The legal year celebration offers judicial officers the opportunity to reflect on their activities with renewed vigor and determination to perform better in the years ahead. The Chief Judge of the state, Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice, as well as Chairman, Nigerian Bar Association and other members, renewed their unwavering commitment towards strengthening justice system.
It is a ceremony that seeks for divine blessing and guidance in all judicial matters, to help judges and lawyers make fair decisions throughout the year.
The NBA remains committed to partnering with the judiciary to advance our shared goals, even as we hold ourselves to the highest standard of national conduct.
Addressing judicial officers, Governor Caleb Mutfwang applauds the peaceful collaboration between the executive and judiciary, saying it has not allowed itself to become subject of public discourse. The state government, he says, has improved the condition of judicial officers as their requests are treated with utmost dispatch. While urging them to serve with conscience and the fear of God, Governor Mutfwang assures the state of his commitment to ensure adequate protection of lives and property.
In this coming year,
we will recommit ourselves to ensuring that the justice sector in Plateau State is second to none in Nigeria.
In Jos, Ijoma Ozemena, NTA News.
And that's our contribution from Jos. Nationwide will continue with Ugochukwuka in Abuja, but after this break.
Welcome back. Now, the will of the people shall be the basis of the authority of government. This shall be expressed in periodic and genuine elections through universal and equal suffrage, and shall be held by secret vote or by equivalent free voting procedures. These evergreen words signal the profound importance, impacts, and position of democratic practice in the governance of people worldwide. In Nigeria, the nation's democracy has remained resilient and enduring despite the challenges. A legal practitioner, Samuel Chukwu, believes that citizens' participation and engagement holds the key to sustenance of democratic practice in the country.
Milestone given our history as a nation, but that is not an end in itself. Democracy thrives on strong institutions, but strong institutions thrive on an active participation of the citizens. What that means is that democracy thrives based on an active participation of its citizens. Well, I believe that in line with the tenets of democracy, there has to be an active participation of citizens. And this cannot be done without the very active role of our leaders.
The theme of this year's celebration is the importance of using AI as an effective tool to aid governance. Nigeria's economy is showing renewed strength as the National Bureau of Statistics releases fresh inflation figures for August. Experts say the report points to a consistent drop in inflation, stronger foreign reserves, and a healthier trade balance, which reflect the impacts of ongoing reforms. Mupla Dakok reports.
The National Bureau of Statistics announced that headline inflation slowed down in August to 20.12% from 21.88% in July, showing the fifth consecutive monthly decline. Analysts say this trend signals that government's bold economic reforms are gradually stabilizing prices and restoring confidence.
What we should be celebrating is that we are pushing further and further away from the cliff. Okay, meaning that we are not inching towards recession, and that's noteworthy. Okay, but a lot of these efforts, I must also say, is at the level of the national.
Nigerians who feel the effect in markets and households are hopeful for more relief in the months ahead.
Before, like rice, beans, all this food stuff, before we buy it at a high cost, but now it has reduced.
The price of food stuff, it has actually come down. But other narratives like the fueling, the transportation are still on the high side.
The prices may be coming down, but to my own aspect of my own vehicle I'm using now, this thing we buy it at the rate of 7,000 naira, but now it's 15,000 naira.
Nigeria also reported a record trade surplus, with non-oil exports now contributing almost as much as crude oil at 48 versus 52%. In a similar development, Nigeria's foreign exchange reserves are on the rise, climbing from $32 billion to nearly $42 billion within 2 years. According to economy watchers, the boost in revenue is helping to channel surplus funds into infrastructure and social projects.
It actually gives a good signal for foreign investors because they will believe that they are coming to where there is a stable economic and there is a better foreign reserve for the country. And also it also help our foreign exchange. This will help our foreign exchange, especially our naira, to have much more value.
With reforms taking root, it is hopeful that Nigeria is steadily building momentum towards stronger and more sustainable growth. In Abuja, Muplang Dakok, NTA News.
Governor Umar Namadi has joined the Ministers of Agriculture and Food Security and Foreign Affairs to inaugurate a Green Legacy Pulse Center in Kangire Village, Birnin Kudu local government area of Jigawa State. The center is designed to boost food security, support farmers, and drive technology-based rural economic empowerment. Muhammad Musa Askira reports.
Woman Namadi, while handing over certificates of farmland ownership to registered farmers, thanked Green Legacy and the Pons for choosing Jigawa State for the innovative agricultural and eco-friendly development hub. He urged the beneficiaries to harness the new facility for maximum economic benefits to their communities.
With this range of services, I truly believe the center will significantly contribute to our ongoing interventions and initiatives around agricultural transformation, job creation, employment generation, and provision of sustainable means of livelihood, as well as poverty reduction.
Every year, Nigeria loses an estimated $10 billion in post-harvest losses due to poor storage, weak infrastructure, and limited processing. These shocks endanger livelihoods and food security. With initiatives like the Pond Center, driven by private sector innovation, we are strengthening food systems so farmers can withstand them.
It's a microeconomy that has been created that is going to benefit rural folk. And this is what we require in Nigeria, and this, of course, is the vision of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, because food security is number one.
We came up with the idea of the Pulse Center, which addresses the essence of the rural communities especially, and it is thus the pulse of the communities.
So what we are doing here today has the vision and the mission to go across the continent, starting in Nigeria.
With the Kangira Pulse Center now in place, Jigawa farmers are expected to play a leading role in Nigeria's quest for food security and sustainable economic growth. From Dutse, Muhammad Musa Askira, NTA News.
Nigeria's leadership role in advancing Africa's energy security has been reaffirmed at the African Oil Week 2025 Ministerial and CEO Leadership Forum in Accra, Ghana. Nigeria's Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Oil, Heineken Lokbobiri, also called for deeper regional integration. Let's get details from Lydia Sampson.
Heineken Lokbobiri reiterates that integration remains the most effective strategy to end Africa's energy poverty, noting that shared infrastructure, harmonized standards, and technical expertise will enable the continent to secure its energy future.
If you don't produce enough, crude oil, you won't have enough to also refine. We're having that problem in Nigeria today because we're not producing enough to meet our domestic demand and also our international obligations. And so the time has come for us, as countries to co-develop some kind of infrastructure, some kind of, investments in refining, in storage, in transportation, in distribution, so that we'll be able to collectively, provide the solution that is needed, by Africans.
He wants an end to Africa's heavy reliance on imports, revealing that the continent spends over $120 billion annually on hydrocarbon imports. He stressed that with deliberate policies, these funds will remain within Africa to fuel development priorities. Lokbobiri urged participants not to forget that investors make long-term decisions based on stability and predictability. Therefore, Africa must harmonize its policies to attract and retain investment. In Abuja, Lydia Sampson, NTA News.
The clock is ticking on fossil fuels, and Nigeria is charting its next chapter. Nigeria Extractive Industries Transparency Initiative, NTA, is calling on non-state actors to shape a roadmap where clean energy means shared progress. Musa Abubakar reports.
Nigeria's story has long been powered by oil and gas, but a new chapter has been written, one of cleaner energy, sustainability, and an urgent question: at what cost will this transition come?
Just transition.
To find answers, the Nigerian Extractive Industries Transparency Initiative, NTA, in partnership with the Ford Foundation, convened a gathering of voices beyond government, civil society, media, private sector, and development partners.
We must therefore join forces with other countries to demand the following: equal access to global climate finance to fund transition investments.
The dialogue focused on the true price of change, jobs that may be threatened in oil and gas, communities that could be left behind, and the opportunities waiting in renewables.
Engagement with civil society seeks to deepen knowledge about the scope and magnitude of energy transition impact to enable actors to engage more effectively.
NTA warned that while energy transition offers hope for a cleaner tomorrow, it has unintended consequences if not carefully managed. For stakeholders here, the expectation is Nigeria's energy transition must not just be green, it must be fair, leaving no community, no worker, and no future behind. I am Musa Abubakar, NTA News.
And for some political stories, the People's Democratic Party has announced that preparations for its November 15 to 16, 2025 National Convention in Ibadan, Oyo State, are in full swing, and it will serve as a relaunch of the party as Nigeria's credible alternative ahead of the 2027 general election. The party's National Publicity Secretary, Debo Olagunagba, expressed confidence at a media briefing in Abuja. Timothy Yusuf reports.
The
PDP national spokesperson, Debo Olagunagba, revealed that the National Convention Organizing Committee has set up 11 subcommittees to ensure a seamless convention. He noted that the convention will strengthen the PDP's cohesion and position it as the only credible alternative political party.
Whatever comes out of the convention will be such that we put our party in the real and a very solid ground to take over government come 2027.
The PDP spokesperson also confirmed that zoning arrangements for party offices have been approved by the National Executive Committee, while micro-zoning consultations and the sale of forms are ongoing. Timothy Yusuf, NTA News.
President Bola Tinubu congratulates two distinguished Nigerians on their outstanding achievements. Farouk Gumel was appointed chairman of Botswana Sovereign Wealth Fund Limited, which President Tinubu describes as a testament to his expertise, dedication, and a high regard for Nigerian professionals globally. Gumel's leadership experience, particularly as vice chairman for Africa at Tropical General Investments Group, has contributed significantly to Nigeria's food sufficiency initiatives. While Toby Amusan won a silver medal in the women's 100 meters hurdles at the 2025 World Athletics Championship in Tokyo, Japan. President Tinubu praises her relentless drive, resilience, and unwavering spirit, stating that her achievement is a source of national pride. The president wishes both Gumel and Amusan continued success in their endeavors and assures them of the government's support, highlighting their achievements as a reflection of Nigeria's talent and potential across different sectors. All right, let's go for sports update.
The Athletics Federation of Nigeria, AFN, has pledged its continuous support for Nigerian athletes to reach the peak in their chosen career. The president of the federation, Tonobok Okoa, made the pledge after 100 meters hurdles world record holder Nigeria's Toby Amusan clinched the silver medal at the 2025 World Athletics Championship in Tokyo. He described Toby Amusan as national pride. In football, the FA Champions League returns tonight with a thrilling lineup of 6 matches promising top-tier European football actions. Atletico Club is up against Arsenal in their first competitive meeting. Juventus will entertain Borussia Dortmund, while Real Madrid will trade tackles with Marseille, among other matches. In combat sports, about 70 mixed martial arts competed at the maiden AFC World Series, which ended at the Teslim Balogun Stadium, Lagos. 24 winners and runners-up emerged in 8 weight categories, with the fighters qualified to take part in the contender tournament. The event, sanctioned by the Nigerian Mixed Martial Arts Federation, is the first official ranking tournament for MMA in Africa.
Ranking is important for athletes to ensure that the programs they attend are federation-organized or federation-sanctioned events. In that way, their scores will be recorded for them.
And from the foreign scene, WTA 1000 Wuhan Open has confirmed entry lists for its upcoming edition from October 6 to 12, 2025. It will be a crucial event for the top stars' year-ending ambitions, including the potential qualification for the WT finals. The defending champion is Aryna Sabalenka, who has won the title 3 consecutive times. The tournament is set to feature almost all of the sport's biggest stars. Iga Swiatek, number 2, Coco Gauff, number 3, are also strong contenders for the title. With Sports Update, Olumide Eguntola, NTA News.
And on that sporty note, we come to the end of Nationwide today. Thank you so much for having the time to join us. Do have a blessed evening.